neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the Kuat Sherpa 2.0 bike rack on our 2025 Hyundai Palisade. Now, if you've gone ahead and used this bike rack and you've got some experiences to share with us, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. We love to share your stories with our other neighbors in order to help them make the best decision for themselves. Now, the Sherpa 2.0 from Kuat is a platform bike rack that's going to allow you to carry 40-pound bikes, one on each tray. It's wheel mounted, so it's going to be great for any of your bikes that have a carbon fiber frame or a custom paint job. And another great thing about it is that it does come with an included 6-foot cable lock. So that is enough to wrap 2 bikes and keep them nice and secure on here. The cable lock is going to be key-like to the included hitch lock as well, so it's also a very secure bike rack. But in regards to how it fits on our Palisade, the bike we put on here today is a rather large one. The handlebars are slightly over 15 inches. It does have some bigger pedals. And as you can see, it does end up being a little bit close to our Palisade. However, even if I shake this, if you're on a rough road, we're really getting no contact from the handlebar on your rear windshield, and we're not getting any contact from the pedal onto the back of the vehicle itself. But with that said, as you can see on here, down here, the bumper juts out quite a bit. When you load this bike rack up, I would suggest positioning this pedal to be somewhere over the license plate. And speaking of which, like with any platform bike rack, there is going to be some blockage back here. Your tail lights, your license plate, even a little bit of blockage in your rear view camera. So it is important to know what kind of footprint this is leaving behind your vehicle. So from the bumper, the furthest part of the rack ends up being 30.5 inches. So just remember, you got an extra 2.5 feet back here when you're backing into those tighter spots or maybe trying to parallel park. And as far as any inclines you may come across, we're gonna have a 20.5 inch ground clearance. That should be plenty for you to tackle, considering it doesn't stick out too far. That should be plenty of clearance for you to tackle some of those steeper driveways or sharper inclines. However, I do think it is important to know just what's going on back here just in case. And in regards to the height of our bike, remember it's a 40-pound capacity. It'd take about 19 inches to lift your bike on here, so make sure that that's something you're comfortable with as well. Now, one of the most important questions that we get about a platform hitch bike rack like this is, will I have liftgate access? And the answer in the case of this is yes, you will. You're just going to have to bring down this pedal here, hold on to the bike just to make sure that it's not dropping on your head. We'll tilt it away from our liftgate, and then we'll go ahead and access. Now remember, this bike has a really wide handlebar, almost 15 inches, and as you can see, it cleared it probably by less than an inch. However, we do have access without any interference. Now I can get into my liftgate, I could change my shoes, grab my helmet, get some extra water, something in between rides, whatever I need, or maybe I just ride a lot and I'm just hitting the store on the way home from the trail. Now I can get in and out of the back without unloading my bike. And in order to get it back into position, it's really simple. All you need to do is brace it and lift it back into position. Once you hear that click, you'll see the lever pop back forward. And now that you know that you're completely secure and ready to drive. The other thing that I had mentioned earlier was the cable lock and the hitch pin lock here, both of which are key-like. So you will get a set of keys with you. And if we're going to unload the bike, we're first going to undo our cable lock. The next step we're going to take is there are these ratcheting straps here on the back wheel cup. We'll simply depress the button and pull our strap up out and through the wheel and clear it out to the other side. Next thing I'll do is grab onto my bike. Now, our arm and hook here has a button that we're just going to depress that button, clear this all the way out and around our wheel. Now we're able to lift our bike off the rack and either store it or hit the trail. Now, another thing about the Sherpa 2.0 is that it is a powder-coated aluminum, so it's going to be very corrosion resistant, but that also means that it's lightweight. So it is an easy one to remove from the hitch and put back in if you needed to. However, if you ride a lot, you probably just want to keep it in your hitch. There is a stowaway feature to the rack. We're going to use that same lever that we used to tilt away, except this time we're going to lift up against it and it'll go right up against the back of the vehicle. Now that it is in this position, we could take a look and see that now we only have 13 inches back here. So we've cut that footprint in back of the vehicle by more than half. We've only got a little bit of extra foot back here to accommodate for. And we've also cleared up some visibility back here. We still have a little bit of obstruction on the license plate, but not that much. Our tail lights are perfectly visible, and we've got visibility out of our rear view camera. So all in all, I do think that the Sherpa 2.0 is an excellent choice for you and your Palisade. I'm Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.